that, now it's a motion and second.
Motion that we approve the minutes for the March meeting.
Okay,
And,
do we have a second?
I abstain.
Teresa?
I've read the minutes, but I wasn't present at the meeting.
We
Can I
need
second it?
somebody to second.
I'll second.
Oh, second, I can second, I'm sorry.
Yes, okay.
I thought we were voting.
No. And so all those in favor of approving the March 23rd minutes? Okay, the April 6th.
Okay.
Sorry about having to take care of the business.
Well,
So,
not very
let me just say, what we want to do tonight
Yeah.
is establish you've got everything that you need,
Yeah,
set a date for a sidewalk and a public hearing.
okay.
When it comes to the consideration, I am going to recuse myself. Because I feel, I'm on this,
You're a butter?
I'm not just in a butter, I'm part of the subdivision, because,
Own all this property, you wouldn't have to do that, right?
but I give you the options, yes.
Yeah, okay, no, it's not a problem.
Okay.
You've always been fair.
Good, thank you.
Okay. You've got all the stuff that did you look through all the stuff? I mean, a lot of it's boring. I went down through the list of the
I think
subdivision.
Matt has all the stuff, not us. Matt.
right, that was the one that went through
Okay.
carefully.
Yeah, and I'd like to, you have to, for a major subdivision plan.
Yep,
And, I went to check through everything, I had an outline for you, and, two things, a lot of it was rehashed from the stuff that I did a long time ago.
Yep.
It was 20 years ago when I did the subdivision, I mean, the soils hasn't changed, nothing else has changed. What I had different from what I originally had, I had the driveway coming off here, coming down in here, so I put it over here, so that would just not bother anybody.
they still haven't figured out how to get they sort of figured out how to get the road plowed, I should say, they sort of do it.
It's actually, it's a beautiful road, I've gone up there in the spring and,
Yeah.
it drains, and it
Yeah.
came from the gravel right on the site.
I know.
And it is beautiful gravel. This would have been a nice gravel pit if it was on closer to Peter Blaze, he's the guy that owns this property right there.
Yep,
And he agreed that we can change it, and I told him, he's got a plow on the title on his property, the same with lot 7 and the lot that,
Yeah.
was it Reynolds bought.
yep.
And I said,
He building a house for his son or something
Reynolds?
there? Yeah.
I don't know. Has he been doing anything?
David has built a small residence for part-time use.
Oh, that's David, that's on the water. I mean, I thought you were talking about Reynolds. Yeah, Reynolds.
What are we talking about now?
Reynolds, the one on River Road.
Well, they had their house, and they built a 3-car garage, and above it, a second residence.
Oh,
And that's all
okay.
I know about it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just an empty lot.
Yeah. No.
But he's gone through all the work and, for the permitting, right?
They're permitted fully for what they've done.
Okay. All right. David's still constructing.
Yeah.
Well, his house is getting close. I think he has to build, I think the leach field is coming this spring. He's gonna be building that. So he's a young guy. That's his dream to always wanted to be on the river, and then he contacted somebody else. He talked to somebody else, and somebody else said Bill owns some property on the river, and
Yeah.
that's how it ended up.
Yeah.
And now this is where we are right now. And
Great.
anything else you want to know?
Just for my,
Yes, right.
what are you in here looking for from us?
Approval of this lot, that's where David built his house right there. And this lot right here is, because they weren't approved by the planning board, and anything that's on this property, if you do any changes, has to be approved.
So which is your properties now?
Lot 7,
Yeah.
all the way down the river, all the way through here, all around David's property, all the way up
All
to
the way
here.
down around here, and
Yeah.
back around.
around there, yes.
So it's like 3 lots.
So this
Yeah.
is the,
You're looking for 3 lots.
this was the
Yeah.
mother lot,
Yeah,
all that.
All right.
And these got sold out of the mother lot without approval.
I remember that. All right, so you're looking for 3 subdivisions for 3 lots.
three, I don't know if lot 7 would be considered a lot, because you're taking 2 lots out of 7, but I guess, yeah, it changes the shape of it.
It is a lot,
It is a lot, yeah.
because then you've also got, this is a lot,
Well, this is gonna just be an easement driveway.
so that's all part of lot.
These 2 are together?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just gonna be a driveway. I talked to Bill, the owner of the property, and I said, look, the goal is to just take the cloud off the title of the property.
Yeah.
Don't get any extra, don't say, well, maybe I wanna do this and I wanna do that. I said, let me get this done right now, and if you ever wanna do it, you can come ahead and have another meeting, and it won't be me. All right, that's the way I look at it. I'm basically, this is my last planning board I'm gonna go to. I'm getting older myself, and I don't really like going planning boards, and I stopped doing it actually a few years ago. Because I know this property.
Yeah,
Originally, I surveyed the property back in 1991. That's how long ago it goes back to. And Bill ended up buying it, who was my brother-in-law at the time. That was my former brother-in-law. So, I know it,
yeah,
and I know you, and I know a few other people around here. And, this lot here had to go through Saco River Corps Commission.
yeah.
And you got all the paperwork for all that done, all the permitting for that done.
All the setbacks were,
Oh, yeah.
were okay.
Oh, yeah, it's at least, way exceeds, I think it's 75 feet from the shore.
I'm looking at the 75, it goes past the house.
Oh, that's 75, setback.
Oh, from that road, okay.
Yeah, this scale is 1 to 120. Normally, in your ordinance, is only wants to have 1 to 100, but they have a little thing, if it's unique
Yeah.
to it, you can expand it a little bit bigger.
I thought I was seeing access from the old road.
It is this is the old road.
Yeah.
It's still there. Still has, it's not, obviously it's not to width, and it's, it's been in the old deeds. It was actually in this deed here, and
That must have been the road I took down there.
yeah, oh, yeah, no,
Pretty rugged.
it's, everybody uses it. It's, the Riley Road. I try to, people dump stuff, and it's really frustrating. You had an old refrigerator in there or whatever, it's trash, and it really, you hate that, so they kind of been blocking it,
I had people actually use that road to go down to the river
Yeah,
and dump an old freezer in the river and
yeah, oh,
a
yeah.
whole bunch of stuff in the river.
Yeah, no, it's, you don't like it, and I've had property in Sebago, and they did the same thing to me over there, so.
It's stupid, it's just stupid stuff.
Yeah, and you can see this is all steep banking right here, but it's nice flat up in here, and that's why I did the contour map anyways, to show where he wanted to, find that spot.
Yeah.
to build.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the flood zone here,
Mm-hmm,
and seeing an elevation of 273,
yep,
but it really goes back into the property, if you follow the contour of 273. See what I'm saying? Like, this is 270 here.
273, yep,
See, 273, if you follow through, actually, that line actually goes way down.
yep, yep. But when you look at it, you still got, what are these, 5 foot?
They look like they're 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet, so you got 5, 10, 15, 20.
I mean, you're right here, you're about 100 feet
Yeah,
to the flood line,
to the flood line, right.
except down here, maybe get a little closer.
Mhm.
But I mean, this isn't completely accurate.
So does he meet all the requirements of a major subdivision here?
I was just skimming through this.
So I haven't liked this from the start, because I think this is all ass backward. You know that stuff.
You've made that clear.
is this an internal road, or is this a driveway, like?
It's gonna be a driveway.
Well, but that's, I mean, that's, so this is exactly what we're not supposed to do in subdivision. It's like, create a way into the subdivision, and then, so now there's a road, I mean, I know it's a driveway, but it's a road, and so now it can be parceled off of that road, and, you know, sure, they have to come back, but, like, it's just so frustrating to me.
How large is this lot here?
Yeah.
This lot 7, looks like how many acres?
Oh, it's,
I mean, we can solve the
I
problem.
think I had it on some of the notes there, right over here.
Lot 7 is 73 acres, they can get a lot of subdivision out of that.
Well, anything that changes has to go through approval. And I'm not sure in your ordinance, if you have another house coming off or another lot coming off, it would trick a ordinance that it would have to be to town standards.
Yeah, but
You see what I mean?
I'm going where David was going, but you already set it up as a two-rod road, so it's.
It's a 60 foot wide.
It's gotta be 60 feet wide.
There's a little
43.
43 there and 17 there, it's a little angled one,
piece
yeah.
there. It's a two-rod road, right?
No, it's 60 feet,
60 feet, all right.
What's a rod?
16 and a half.
That's about, 60 is about 3.5 rods.
So, I mean, look, we can solve this problem, I mean, I understand, that's where we're going, we're solving a problem, it's just, I don't like it. And, you know, like, solving this problem, I know we're gonna solve the problem, because we've already talked about it, we're gonna solve the problem, but the next person who comes in and tries to, you
Get
know,
up to standards, yeah.
you're gonna have to do some fire suppression, you're gonna have, I mean, like, all the stuff we would do in a major subdivision, the next person's gonna have to do. And, you know, and I understand, I just gotta say it, because it's just who I am, I just gotta say it. So I understand we're gonna solve this problem, but, if we're gonna sell it to
Who are gonna
somebody,
sell it
or
to
then-
somebody.
Yeah, but then they will have to have the money to, you know, and the engineers and all the stuff that comes, that goes through the regular subdivision.
Unless the next person's like, oh, I didn't know, let me just put one more house on this road.
Yeah, no, everybody does that, you know?
Yeah.
And it doesn't,
The thing is, I'm going along with what your thought is. We aren't seeing any, improvement plans for this road. Right now, all we.
What's the driveway?
The driveway.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if it was
So
a road.
we're fixing the problem.
If it was a road, we would see engineered plans for this road, what it would look like.
feet wide, because
Wide.
that's the ordinance.
That's correct.
And I would be negligent if I just put like a little 20-foot drive, you know, strip easement down there. I mean, if somebody wants to go ahead and takes this property and, 3 or 4 more lots or whatever,
Yeah.
they have to pony up and build it up to the standards that would, you know, pass with the town of, Baldwin. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
And, you know, the fire chief doesn't like these long one-way driveways, but, I mean, it is what it is. Like, this isn't the first one, so it's not like we can say, no, just because we don't like this long, one-lane driveway. I mean, but, that's,
What does your house have?
that's exactly it. I mean,
you get a long driveway too, huh?
yeah, it's a one-lane driveway, yeah. I mean, the fire chief is like, once the truck gets in there, it's not leaving until the fire's out.
Yeah. There's no turnaround for emergency vehicle lines.
It's a hammerhead. You get the
Yeah,
hammerhead.
there's not enough room to make a turn out of that.
That's 60, 50
A fire
feet.
truck?
50
Not
feet?
really.
Yeah, usually, most towns, I used to do, cul-de-sacs like the regular one
Yeah,
here.
that's what you would normally see.
Not, most places, they don't want cul-de-sacs, they want hammerheads. That's what I've been, that's been my, my experience lately, you know, that I've been putting it in, oh, no, we don't want cul-de-sacs, they want hammerheads. But I mean, so I put a hammerhead there.
I see what you did,
Yeah.
but I'm just questioning.
Yeah.
Why not a circle? Why not make it something that you can turn around decently without backing up 3 times?
But, I don't know, all I got's a hammerhead at my house. That's because I put it in.
Yeah.
We've gone, 2 centuries without it.
Yeah.
I'm going along with, for what happens in the future when this becomes
Yeah.
a town road.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I agree with him, like, if anybody else does anything to it, it's gonna be expensive for somebody to bring it up, like, we're solving a problem here with the driveway, and the next person, it's not gonna be quite as easy. I just hope we all remember that we said this, and,
You can, when this is hopefully all done, have a big note right in the file, exactly, you know.
yeah, and there's no way to get in other ways, right, like,
Oh, right now, you come in on the other road right in there, that's the old right of way, it drives right in there.
so, but you have to go over somebody else's land to get to the.
No, oh, yes, he does.
Yeah, just a little bit at the beginning, was it Jonathan?
Jonathan Simons.
Yeah, do you know him?
I met him.
Yeah.
He's my age, maybe a couple of years older.
Yep.
You don't have an easement though, right?
It's been in the deeds, I looked at it, it's been in the deed for about 70, 80 years. Now, did it come in, perfectly legal? I had not found anybody sign off on it, back in the 1950s, but it's been there, people have been using it for, I don't know, 100 years.
Does it make more sense to try to use that, or it's just coming in the way you do?
Well, that would not, see, I would have to have something 60 foot wide, I mean, that's the ordinance, right? Isn't it,
How wide's the easement?
it has no defined width, it's just over the road.
Yeah, then you get disputes with it.
Right, I think you would be, if you did it over on here, it'd be considered, overuse of the easement, and you could have a issue with it. Okay,
It's interesting that your survey doesn't do meets and bounds on the river.
well, there's a tie line, I go to the tie line from the,
At one point.
right from here to pin to
But it's
pin.
not doing anything up in here.
No, I can put another tie line right in here.
No, this where
Yeah.
the river is, in relationship to.
Yeah, it's right here.
I see the line.
Yeah, and it's an intervale. You can see, it has a nice bank right in here, and it drops down, and there's an old intervale. I think they call this somebody's intervale.
Riley's intervale.
Riley's intervale. And believe it or not, there's an old culvert right in here where they used to drive down right into the intervale. I was kind of
When they
surprised.
used to drive the river, they would, drive their Wanigan, what is it, the truck that would supply the food. They
Oh.
used to drive the banks of the river. So the,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
There was a road all the way along
Oh.
the river.
All right, I know it was very flat.
Yeah.
I remember, believe it or not, a long time ago, there was like an 800-foot shot I made, between
Yeah.
two stations, and it was just as flat as you can, flat,
But you can see traces of this road in different places along the river.
Oh, okay, so that's probably why they had a good access where they put the culvert down,
Yeah.
drive down, and they got right on the interview.
Was it a metal culvert or?
Yeah, that was a regular,
Oh, so a new one?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all grown up since. I didn't think the trees grew as fast on this gravel, but does it?
Some of them will.
Some of them will, okay,
Yeah.
'cause it grew up really quick,
Yeah.
the timber.
Yeah, I'm getting 2 feet worth of growth out of some of these white pines. On my land. 2 feet a year.
Okay,
That's
pretty good.
Yeah, amazing.
yeah, sometimes some of these pine trees, they don't grow at
I
all,
know, yeah.
So you got that's a good.
So it's good pine growing land.
Yeah.
How do we, so we do a sidewalk, right?
Sidewalk and then public hearing.
Do we do like a list of conditions, I just don't remember, for a subdivision like we do with a CUP?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
I think that's perfectly legitimate, that kind of.
Yeah, I would have another little section, conditions of approval on it.
Yeah.
Right on the plan.
Right on the plan.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And do the Firefly Lane people agree with what you're doing?
Well, that was why he's moved the driveway to over here because I heard objection from people on this road that they didn't want to include more people. You know, they already don't have a formal agreement, and this guy plows this, and then he goes into the hospital, because they're all aging out except for Zachary Barrows. But, you know, it's like, they're sort of working it together, and they don't need another person. Bad enough they got me there.
Yeah, so I told Dave that down here, I said, yeah, move it. You wanna get the cloud off, your title off your property,
Yeah.
you do what the recommendations are.
So, let's see. We're in April, and we're looking at May 12th would be our next meeting.
Wait for I'd really like to see a quorum.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So, how about May 26th for the,
Public meeting?
for the public hearing, yeah?
Right. Write that down, May 26th. Public. Okay.
And between now and May 26th, what's a good time to have a
Sidewalk?
site walk?
I'd like to at least get Dave, this, David, listen,
Yeah.
he would like to be there,
Sure.
and, so at least a week from now or whatever. Is it Saturdays normally when you do a sidewalk?
Saturday, yeah.
Okay. Let's, how about a week from this Saturday? I don't know what day that is.
It's gonna be far enough out for,
Okay.
notice.
So the 26th is the,
Week from the Saturday, May 7th, that's the town meeting.
Sounds I can't make it.
Okay, the one after that?
Or you can like Sunday too.
14th is open.
I'm not here on the 14th. I'm going to
North Carolina? Yeah. It's a nice place.
The 21st?
No good for me.
No good for you.
22nd?
No good.
Well, we're just gonna have to, when you're no good then.
May's the tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty well busy all month, except for the 14th. On the weekend, I could do it during the week.
During the week, would anybody else be able to make it?
I can do weekdays.
David, can you do weekdays? Tracy, early in the morning, no?
People work for a living. Yeah.
So,
I can try if you would try for the 20th. If it's
Friday the
Friday.
20th?
No. That whole weekend I'm gone, from Thursday to Monday, so.
Okay.
We got-
Now you just pick a
I'm
day,
gonna-
whoever can be there can be there.
I'm gonna suggest that you do it, I said that I couldn't do it like the weekend of the 14th. Why not do it the 14th? I know this property.
Yeah.
Don doesn't. More important for Don to see it than to me. I've seen it.
All right.
14th is good.
It's pretty rugged land, and other than the little clearing where the house is pretty heavily forested.
Yeah. I think the best way to get in there, because this is probably, you probably wanna see that more, you can see this property from, River Road.
Yeah.
I can flag up where this is, but it's all gonna be through.
How does he get here, in here now?
Right through here.
That's the river.
Yeah.
So what day is it?
The 14th, May 14th,
And that's, what day is that?
that's a Saturday. What time would you guys like to meet?
10 o'clock?
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock?
9 o'clock, all right? I don't care, I won't be there.
I'll let Brian do it early.
What's the map and lot?
No.
The map and lot, I got it in there. Tax map 5, lot 26.
What's the name of the subdivision, Firefly Lane?
Firefly Ridge. Firefly being in one word.
Off the, what's the river road?
Off of River Road.
Joe,
Yeah,
is there still hunting?
Hunting?
No.
Turkeys.
It could be turkey. but
Could be turkey.
That's okay. Turkey. No one's gonna shoot you turkey hunting, but, you know,
Okay.
Yeah.
they're using a shotgun, so you've got to be 30 feet away, so.
Because we used to do it on Sunday if we thought we were gonna get shot on our sidewalk.
Yeah, during deer season, we definitely want to do it on Sunday.
Okay.
I wear bright orange if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah. I wear it all the time anyways. It's a-
yeah, I'm sure.
Because poaching season's all year round, so.
Right, unfortunately.
Okay, now, as for conditions, I don't mind putting conditions on it. If you want to come up with some samples of conditions, I don't mind.
We won't do that until we've seen the property.
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean, it just doesn't make sense.
okay, yeah, no, we gotta go through the process of
Yeah.
the public and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and then finalize, I guess, whatever you wanna do. You know, I can't make you do anything you don't wanna do, so.
Yeah,
I can only try to persuade.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all I do.
we really, I mean, we could thrash it out, but then we go there, and we might change our minds, because
Right,
I think we're gonna gather information by seeing the land.
yep, yeah. And like I said, at the sidewalk, it's best to, there's a little sign, it's Riley's Intervale.
Yeah.
Right there, that's probably the best place to meet, right off of River Road.
Yeah, so you put some flags there, so.
Yeah, I'll get there a little earlier.
Great.
I don't know, they may need a four-wheel drive to get down there, I'm not sure. You know, they got some deep puddles. They can walk. It's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah, great.
And, any other questions? I'm here. Beat me up all you want.
Sorry to have, brought you out here for not a lot, but,
It's what it is,
yeah,
what
it is what it is.
Yeah.
None of us like the situation.
No, and I don't like anything after the fact, because this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I told Bill, I said, we're not gonna have anything, it's just to clear it up.
Yeah, yeah. No, this is good,
You know,
this is
and
good.
you can read through what I sent you on the emails, if you've got any questions on that.
Yeah.
I addressed all the stuff on the list. There's a bunch of stuff Bill did previously back, when he did Firefly Ray, that he
Yeah.
widened the culvert out and put
Yeah.
guardrails around it. He also helped build the fire pond on Pigeon Brook Road, so, he did a lot of stuff on the original subdivision.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want this back?
What's the
Yeah,
date?
we can keep it out.
Didn't want to keep it?
Yeah.
Date for the
May
sidewalk?
14th. May 14th.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Dick.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate your help too. I will see you, the next thing is I'll see everybody May 14th, 9 a.m. at Riley and River Road.
Thank you.
Yep.
So the next thing is election of officers.
This is it. What's Dick's last name?
Yes, he has one.
Okay. I hear that.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So Matt Fricker is bowing out. David Strock is on a leave of absence.
So he's not leaving for good?
No,
He just doesn't want to be an officer?
right, and he says he's very willing to be an alternate.
Okay. An alternate board member, or?
An alternate.
I just can't make the commitment. I mean, I'm serious, like, how can I be chair, and what happens when I can't come? Like, there's, you know, I think we're in a bad way. We've got, this board had some trouble. I just feel like it's a scenario where everybody would lose.
So the problem we face is that in August or September, Nature's Wilderness is going to come back in front of us.
Okay.
I mean,
What's their issue?
Oh, Don, we'll talk about that another day.
But I mean, is it a major issue?
With a lot of babies.
yeah,
207.
yeah.
787. 1610.
Okay, it was a good year, 1610.
You know, the thing about being chair is I talked to Matt about this when he first started, and I think he had humor and good faith and good intention, but it just is a time suck. And frankly, you shouldn't be doing it. Like, everything should be decided in the meetings. Like, and it's totally inefficient, totally takes forever, but like, that's the way it should be. We'll talk about it at the meeting. Like, we wouldn't have these discussions outside the meeting. It slows everything down, but as a chair, I think it burns you out after a while. And I think that's part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Matt's got issues of one of his issues, I think, is it's just a lot of time.
Yeah. All those in favor of the slate as proposed?
Thank
See,
you,
he's just wiggling his finger.
No,
Yeah, okay, so that's the slate.
That's it.
I kind of want to thank you all, and to thank you, Don, for saying you'll do some review, because it's nice that the secretary receives burden. So
Right.
thank you, Don. Thank
Well,
you,
you're more
Don.
qualified to review this
Right,
stuff than I am.
yes.
Yeah. Great.
That's a natural for me.
Yeah, that's great, that's great. So part of the secretary's job, and this is something that got shared out when David was the secretary, is put the notes when we have public hearings and site walks, and to notify butters. And you do this by coming in, or you can do it over the phone or over the computer, and dealing with Robin. And Robin knows, she
Okay, after the last meeting, there was, some concern that the gravel pit, the communications was probably not clear that nothing should be done in the gravel pit. So, I called Bill Cressy, and he said, well, Friday, the day before the meeting, he went over there and took any equipment he had left there for that place. Eventually, when they work out a schedule, they can take pulpwood to whatever pulpwood dealer is gonna have. As far as the chips, that could be a problem. In that, they said, we'll have to chip the logs there and put it into a chip truck and then take it to the destination. Obviously they couldn't chip it on a commercial activity, but there would be a problem in chipping there in noise in the neighborhood. And so that might need to be discussed and something settled. So it's in your lap is, shall we continue and have a review on it, or a chat, one-on-one chat, or what do you want?
So, I asked a friend of mine yesterday, how come Bobby Carr's advertising for a logging truck driver for $27 an hour and a chip truck driver for $25 an hour?
starts at 6:30?
Then they get a right to complain.
That's right, that's right.
And the neighbors get to come in and talk, and everybody gets to talk it through, so. I think it's a positive for him to have a conditional use.
And I asked Tony a question too, as a reminder, we had him in before for a conditional use permit because they were gonna lease that land to build one and run a log yard.
Yes,
We're good to go?
I need to hear a motion.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Steve?
We're adjourned. Thank all of you very much.
I just wasn't sure if you were gonna have a quorum, so that's why.